movement became difficult because the police and the deployment of the army would not permit so. There was more than unusual deployment of the army and the security forces, which we thought would have made the election a bit safer. But the more they were there, the more violent the election. All our vehicles have been damaged and everything. But to crown it all, irrespective of their massive bulk staffing and all other stuff, ultimately at time of close of counting, we were still ahead, and we were destined to win. So by 3, as we were finishing our tallying at home, remember the home is like to the center we used to tally both the presidential vote and the parliamentary candidates' votes. So by the time we finished tallying about 3, we had this massive stampede outside, only to hear bullets being fired, all of unprecedented firing of bullets and firearms with big guns, not ordinary guns. So we were confronted with that. And when that happened, they were trying to open the house where I was and all the DRR forms were, and those for president and myself. And what happened is that they failed to open some doors, but they tried now to pass through the garage, where a lot of people, because of stampede, had gone in and locked themselves inside the garage. So they opened live fire on the garage, and in the process killed 10 people by morning time. But because they were so, after killing people, they felt like they could hide the truth, and they tried to clean up of the scene of crime. So they picked all the dead bodies and took them to the mortuary in Gombe Hospital. And even those that were injured, they even attempted a cleanup to try and wash away the blood from the compound, as if nothing could happen. They forgot that all the cars that were parked in the compound, there were witnesses who saw them carry, and they did a count. So we counted 10 dead bodies. There were 2 that were hurting, especially the ladies that were crying. But as they lifted them up towards the truck, they put them down and shot them again to ensure they are dead. To explain that this was a massacre, of the 7 people we have buried so far, 5 are women, and they are all from the community. So when they shot people in a garage, and you can count the number of bullets that were fired to the garage, almost speak to the number of dead. So this was a massacre at my home by security agencies, and there was even an attempted cover-up of the action by trying to retrieve all the dead bodies in the dead of the night. But even in the morning, they feared these bodies to be in Gombe. They took them to Mulago and abandoned them there, where we have been able to pick them and arrange their burial. So I've had the president really speak uncoordinated and fairly uninformed kind of perspective of what happened, trying to say the wananchi tried to attack with the pangas a police station. One that happened in a village called Goye, where there isn't any police station.